Golden Gate, fog-kissed, beckons. Explores San Francisco. Imagine a city where fog rolls in like a soft blanket, wrapping golden towers in mystery, where steep streets rise and fall like a roller coaster, and where every corner feels alive with history, art, and the rhythm of possibility. This is San Francisco, the gateway to the West Coast, a city that captures both the heart and the imagination. And at the heart of it all, standing proudly against the Pacific horizon, is one of the most recognizable landmarks on Earth, the Golden Gate Bridge. As dawn breaks, the bridge glows in a fiery orange, often half hidden in a sea of drifting fog. It isn't just a marvel of engineering, it's a symbol of hope, resilience, and connection. For decades, it has welcomed dreamers, immigrants, and innovators, reminding the world that the impossible can be built if one dares to imagine. Driving across the Golden Gate, you don't just cross a bridge, you enter a living postcard, a scene that feels larger than life, yet somehow deeply personal. Beyond the bridge, San Francisco unfolds like a tapestry of contrasts. Its iconic cable cars clatter up and down steep hills, carrying passengers through neighborhoods that seem frozen in time. In Fisherman's Wharf, the scent of clam chowder mingles with the salty sea breeze, while sea lions bask lazily on the docks, oblivious to the bustle of tourists snapping photos. Just a short ferry ride away lies Alcatraz Island, once a fortress and infamous prison, now a haunting reminder of history. Its weathered walls echo with the stories of escape attempts and legends, drawing visitors into an eerie yet fascinating past. But San Francisco is not only about history, it is a city of dreams and reinvention. Walk through Chinatown, the oldest and largest of its kind outside Asia, and you'll be greeted by vibrant markets, hidden tea shops, and lantern-lit streets. Then wander into North Beach, the Little Italy of the city, where cafes buzz with conversation and the aroma of espresso fills the air. In the Mission District, murals splash entire buildings with color, telling stories of struggle, culture, and triumph. Here, art doesn't just hang in galleries, it spills into the streets, alive with the heartbeat of the community. And let's not forget the city's modern soul, Silicon Valley, lies just beyond the bay, a global hub of innovation. Tech giants and startups thrive here, changing the way we live, communicate, and dream. San Francisco is both old and new, a place where the gold rush spirit still lingers, but where the future is being invented every day. Then there's the natural beauty. From the rolling greens of Golden Gate Park to the panoramic views at Twin Peaks, San Francisco surprises with pockets of calm and nature amid its urban energy. The Pacific Ocean crashes against Ocean Beach, while the San Francisco Bay sparkles under the sun, dotted with sailboats and ferries. Even the fog itself, the city's most famous resident, affectionately named Carl, adds an element of magic. One moment, the city is bathed in golden light. The next, it is shrouded in mystery, as if nature itself were painting a masterpiece in real time. Yet perhaps what makes San Francisco truly unforgettable is its spirit of inclusivity and freedom. This city has long been a sanctuary for those seeking a new beginning, a place where diversity thrives and individuality is celebrated. From the summer of love in the Haight-Ashbury to the pride parades that light up Market Street, San Francisco has always been a beacon for those who dare to be different. It is a city that doesn't just welcome change, it fuels it. Standing at Crissy Field, with the Golden Gate Bridge towering above and the skyline spread out behind, it's easy to see why San Francisco is called the City by the Bay. It is a place of stories. Stories written by pioneers, prisoners, artists, engineers, and everyday dreamers. Every hill, every street, every wave against its shore carries a piece of history, a whisper of ambition, and a spark of inspiration. San Francisco is not just a city to visit, it is a city to feel. It's the rush of the wind as you lean out of a cable car, the taste of sourdough bread fresh from the oven, the sight of Victorian houses painted in cheerful pastels, and the awe of seeing the Golden Gate appear through the mist. It's a place that lingers in your memory long after you've left, calling you back to experience it all over again. The Golden Gate isn't simply the start of San Francisco, it's the beginning of an adventure across the West Coast. And as the fog lifts and the sun burns bright, the journey has only just begun. Start with Hollywood's flashing lights and Pacific sunsets. Capture LA's mix of glamour, creativity, beaches, and cultural diversity. What if I told you there's a city where dreams are born, where stars shine not only in the sky but on the streets, and where every sunset looks like it was painted just for you? This is Los Angeles, the city of angels, a place where ambition meets creativity, and where the world comes to chase the impossible. From the moment you set foot in LA, you feel its pulse. The palm-lined boulevards, the endless sunshine, the hum of traffic on freeways that seem to stretch forever. This is the beating heart of the American dream. At its core lies Hollywood, a name that needs no introduction. The Hollywood sign, perched proudly on the hills, is more than just 9 white letters. It's a beacon of hope for actors, filmmakers, and dreamers from around the globe. Below it, the Hollywood Walk of Fame stretches like a glittering pathway, each star etched into the sidewalk, representing legends who shaped the stories we grew up watching. But LA is not only about the glitz of Hollywood, it's about layers upon layers of culture, diversity, and artistry. Step into downtown Los Angeles, and you'll find towering skyscrapers that shine in the sun, contrasted with historic gems like the Bradbury Building and Union Station, where old-world charm still lingers. The streets are alive with murals, music, and flavors from every corner of the globe. In this city, you can taste the world in a single day, authentic tacos in East LA, aromatic Korean barbecue in Koreatown, delicate sushi in Little Tokyo, and hearty Italian in San Pedro. Then there's the magic of Los Angeles at night. Rooftop bars and music venues come alive under twinkling lights, and the city feels like one endless celebration of art and life. From live jazz and intimate clubs to sold-out concerts at the iconic Hollywood Bowl, music is in LA's DNA. And of course, the beaches, because no story of Los Angeles is complete without the Pacific Ocean. Venice Beach buzzes with eccentric energy, from street performers to skateboarders gliding along its ramps. Muscle Beach harks back to the golden age of bodybuilding, while the Venice canals remind you of a quieter, dreamlike LA. Just up the coast lies Santa Monica, where the famous pier, with its Ferris wheel glowing against the horizon, has become a symbol of endless summer. The waves crash, the sun sets, and the Pacific turns gold. It's a scene so perfect it feels unreal. Drive further along the coast, and you'll find Malibu, where cliffs meet turquoise waters and celebrities retreat into ocean view mansions. But Los Angeles is more than beaches and boulevards. It's a cultural powerhouse. Museums like the Getty Center and LACMA hold masterpieces from around the world. Griffith Observatory, perched high in the hills, offers not only sweeping views of the city but also a gateway to the stars, reminding us of LA's connection to science, curiosity, and wonder. Standing there at dusk, as the city lights flicker below, it's easy to understand why countless films have used this backdrop. It feels like the universe is within reach. Los Angeles is also the city of reinvention. It's where Walt Disney turned sketches of a mouse into an empire of imagination. It's where countless musicians strum their first chords before filling arenas. It's where everyday people arrive with nothing but hope, and some manage to carve their names into history. In LA, the line between reality and dream blurs. It's a place where tomorrow always feels brighter than today. And yet, amid all its glamour, Los Angeles has a raw, human soul. Walk through its neighborhoods, and you'll see families building futures, communities celebrating traditions, and artists painting their stories across concrete walls. The city isn't perfect, its struggles are real, but it's this very contrast, this tension between dreams and reality, that makes LA unforgettable. As you drive down Sunset Boulevard, neon signs flashing and palm trees swaying against the twilight, you feel that this city is alive in ways words can't fully capture. It's chaotic, it's mesmerizing, it's overwhelming, and it's absolutely magnetic. Los Angeles is not just a destination, it's an experience. It's the roar of applause in a theater. The golden glow of a beach sunset, the silence of the hills at night, and the rush of stepping into a city where everyone is chasing something bigger than themselves. It is a place that dares you to dream and dares you to believe those dreams might actually come true. Here, in the City of Angels, every corner tells a story. Every light feels like a spark, and every person carries within them the possibility of greatness. And as the sun sets over the Pacific, casting the city in hues of orange and pink, you realize something. Los Angeles isn't just the city of dreams, it's a dream itself. Begin with the breathtaking drive along Highway 1, cliffs above the ocean, and the freedom of the open road. Cover Big Sur, Carmel, Monterey, and hidden gems. Imagine standing in a place where time slows, where the world feels untouched, and where nature towers above you in its purest, most majestic form. This is Yosemite National Park, a sanctuary of stone, water, and wilderness that has captivated hearts for centuries. Known as one of America's most iconic treasures, Yosemite isn't just a park, it's a cathedral carved by nature itself, a reminder of how small we are compared to the grand designs of the earth. As you enter Yosemite Valley, the first thing that strikes you is the scale. Granite cliffs rise thousands of feet into the sky, so immense that they almost feel unreal. On one side, El Capitan dominates the horizon, a sheer vertical wall of stone that challenges the greatest rock climbers in the world. On the other, Half Dome stands proud, its curved peak like a giant stone guardian watching over the valley. These landmarks are more than just rock formations. They are symbols of endurance, resilience, and timeless beauty. And then, there are the waterfalls. In spring, when the snow from the Sierra Nevada begins to melt, Yosemite roars to life. Yosemite Falls, one of the tallest waterfalls in North America, plunges from the cliffs in a breathtaking cascade. Bridal Veil Fall, shrouded in mist, creates shimmering rainbows when kissed by the sunlight. Every waterfall tells a story of renewal and power, reminding us that water, over millions of years, shaped this valley into the wonder it is today. But Yosemite is not only about monumental cliffs and rushing waters, it's also about the quiet magic that unfolds in its forests and meadows. Giant sequoias, some thousands of years old, stand like ancient guardians in groves such as Mariposa. These colossal trees are living witnesses to centuries of history, towering above everything, their roots deeply embedded in the earth. Walking among them feels like stepping into a sacred temple where nature is the only god. The valley floor is a canvas of life, meadows painted with wildflowers, rivers meandering under wooden bridges, deer grazing in the distance, and black bears occasionally wandering near the trees. At sunrise, the light touches the granite walls with a golden glow, while at sunset, the cliffs transform into fiery shades of red and orange. Each hour brings a new face of Yosemite, as if the land itself is alive, shifting moods like a great artist's masterpiece. Then, there are the stars. Far from the city lights, Yosemite becomes a celestial theater at night. Millions of stars scatter across the sky, the Milky Way stretching overhead like a cosmic river. From Glacier Point, where the valley spreads out below you in silence, the night sky feels infinite, humbling, and yet strangely comforting. It's no wonder that generations of travelers, poets, and dreamers have found inspiration in this place. Yosemite is also a story of human connection to nature. Indigenous peoples, such as the Awanichi, lived in harmony with this land for thousands of years, seeing it as sacred, a place where every river, every rock, every tree carried meaning. Later, naturalists like John Muir devoted their lives to protecting Yosemite, sparking the conservation movement that eventually led to the creation of the national park system. Without their passion, this wonder might have been lost to development. Instead, it remains preserved for future generations to marvel at. Today, millions of visitors come to Yosemite each year, each seeking something different. For some, it's adventure rock climbing the daunting face of El Capitan, hiking the strenuous trail up Half Dome, or exploring backcountry trails that weave through alpine lakes and hidden valleys. For others, it's peace standing quietly in a meadow, watching the sun paint the cliffs, or listening to the river whisper under the shade of pines. Whatever the reason, Yosemite has a way of giving each person exactly what they need. But Yosemite is not just a destination, it's an experience, a transformation. It reminds us of the scale of the world and our small place in it, yet also of our ability to connect with something greater. When you breathe the crisp mountain air, hear the thunder of waterfalls, and feel the granite beneath your fingertips, you are reminded of life's simplicity and beauty. As the day ends and the valley darkens, Yosemite whispers its timeless message, that nature, in its rawest form, is both powerful and fragile. It must be admired, respected, and protected. Because places like this don't just exist to be seen, they exist to remind us of who we are, where we come from, and why we must preserve the planet we call home. Yosemite National Park is more than stone and water. It is the soul of the wild, carved by time, preserved by passion, and forever etched into the heart of those who witness it. Start with the thunder of Yosemite Falls and the towering El Capitan. Explore the valley, granite cliffs, and timeless wilderness beauty. What if there was a city that felt like a dreamscape of rolling hills, shimmering waters, and a bridge so iconic it symbolizes freedom itself? Welcome to San Francisco, the Golden City, where innovation, culture, and breathtaking beauty converge in one unforgettable experience. It's a city that doesn't just sit on the edge of the Pacific, it embraces it, lives by it, and shines because of it. The first glimpse that many travelers remember is the Golden Gate Bridge. Its bold orange towers rising majestically from the blue waters below. Whether shrouded in fog or glowing under a golden sunset, the bridge is more than an engineering marvel. It is a symbol of human ambition, a passage connecting people and dreams. Standing on its walkway, with the Pacific winds brushing your face and the skyline in the distance, you feel both humbled and inspired, as if you're standing on the edge of possibility itself. San Francisco is a city of layers. Its geography, with steep hills and winding streets, creates a landscape unlike any other. Cable cars rattle up and down, carrying passengers to vantage points where the city spreads out like a painting, rooftops cascading toward the bay, the waters dotted with sailboats, and Alcatraz Island rising in solemn silence offshore. That island, once home to the most infamous prison in America, is now a place of history and reflection. Its weathered walls echoing stories of escape, resilience, and redemption. But beyond its postcard views, San Francisco is a melting pot of culture and creativity. Walk through Chinatown, the oldest in North America, and you'll step into a world of lanterns, bustling markets, and the aroma of traditional cuisine. Cross into North Beach, and you'll feel the soul of the city's Italian heritage, alive in its cafes, bakeries, and jazz clubs. Then wander into the Mission District, where vibrant murals turn streets into open-air galleries, each wall telling stories of struggle, identity, and celebration. Every neighborhood has its own rhythm, its own voice, making San Francisco feel like a dozen cities woven into one. The city's heart also beats with innovation. Just across the bay lies Silicon Valley, the birthplace of modern technology, where ideas that shape the future of the world are born every day. San Francisco itself reflects this spirit of reinvention, its co-working spaces buzzing with entrepreneurs, its art scene pulsing with experimentation, its people constantly redefining what it means to live in the modern age. Yet, amidst all this progress, the city never loses its human soul. San Francisco is also a place of natural beauty. Golden Gate Park stretches like an oasis, with gardens, lakes, and museums inviting visitors to slow down. On Ocean Beach, the waves crash endlessly, surfers chasing the rhythm of the Pacific. And then there's the fog, San Francisco's most mysterious resident. Known affectionately as Carl, the fog rolls in unexpectedly, cloaking the city in a soft veil. It transforms ordinary mornings into moments of magic, where skyscrapers peak above the mist and the bridge disappears into mystery. The fog reminds you that San Francisco is alive, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. But perhaps the greatest charm of the Golden City is its people, the dreamers, the rebels, the artists, and the thinkers who have made it a center of change. It's here that movements for civil rights, LGBTQ+ pride, and environmental justice took root and spread to the world. San Francisco has always been a home for those who dare to be different, for those who see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. At dusk, when the city lights sparkle against the darkening sky, San Francisco becomes something more than a place, it becomes a feeling. Standing at Twin Peaks, you see the entire city glowing, the bay glistening, and the bridge standing tall in the distance. It's a view that captures not only the beauty of a city, but also its promise. San Francisco is not perfect. It is a city of contrasts, of challenges and triumphs, but that's what makes it so real, so compelling. It's a place where history and future collide, where cultures blend seamlessly, and where every street corner feels like the beginning of a new story. In San Francisco, every sunrise feels like hope, every sunset feels like poetry, and every moment leaves an imprint on your heart. This is the Golden City, a place that doesn't just shine on the map, but shines within you, long after you've left its hills and waters behind. Begin with the iconic Space Needle rising over Puget Sound. Explore the blend of modern innovation, music, coffee culture, and surrounding mountains. What if there was a place where the energy of a city was seamlessly woven into the rhythm of forests, rivers, and mountains? A place where creativity thrives on every street corner, while waterfalls tumble just a short drive away? Welcome to Portland and the natural wonders of Oregon, a world where urban charm and untamed wilderness live side by side. Portland, often called the City of Roses, is not your typical metropolis. It's quirky, it's creative, and it beats to its own drum. Downtown, the skyline rises modestly, framed by Mount Hood's snow-capped peak in the distance, a constant reminder that nature is always within reach. The Willamette River winds gently through the city, crossed by bridges that have become as much a part of Portland's identity as its coffee shops and bookstores. Walk through the neighborhoods, and you'll quickly feel Portland's soul. Street art splashes walls with color, food carts fill the air with aromas from every culture, and local breweries craft beers so unique they taste like bottled creativity. It's a city that celebrates individuality, where people embrace sustainability. Bicycles outnumber cars in some areas, and the motto, "Keep Portland Weird," is worn proudly, like a badge of honor. But what truly sets Portland apart is its connection to the natural world. Just minutes outside the city, the Columbia River Gorge unfolds in breathtaking beauty. Here, sheer cliffs rise above a winding river, and waterfalls spill gracefully into emerald pools. Multnomah Falls, the most famous of them all, cascades in two tiers, its mist catching the sunlight like scattered diamonds. Standing on the footbridge, with water thundering beside you, you feel the raw power and serenity of Oregon's landscape. Travel further, and Oregon reveals itself as a land sculpted by time and fire. The coast, rugged and wild, stretches endlessly, where waves crash against dramatic sea stacks and lighthouses stand sentinel over the Pacific. Cannon Beach, with its iconic haystack rock, is a place where sunsets turn the world into gold and tide pools teem with life at your feet. Each breath of salty ocean air feels like renewal. Inland, nature's artistry takes on new forms. Crater Lake, the deepest lake in the United States, shimmers like a sapphire hidden within volcanic walls. Its waters, impossibly blue, mirror the sky above, creating an image so surreal it seems otherworldly. Hiking along its rim, you realize this isn't just a lake, it's a window into the Earth's fiery past, now transformed into a sanctuary of stillness. And then there are the forests. Oregon's landscapes are draped in green, from towering Douglas firs to moss-covered trails that feel like paths into enchanted worlds. In Silver Falls State Park, a trail takes you behind cascading curtains of water, where you can walk in the hidden alcoves behind roaring waterfalls. Every step immerses you deeper into a world that feels timeless, untouched, and sacred. Back in Portland, this closeness to nature shapes the way of life. The city's Japanese garden is a masterpiece of tranquility, where stone lanterns, koi ponds, and carefully pruned trees create harmony between humanity and nature. Across town, Washington Park blooms with roses in every shade, filling the air with fragrance in summer. Portlanders don't just admire the outdoors, they live it, blending city life with hikes, kayaking, skiing, or simply gathering at riverside parks to watch the sunset. But Portland is also about its spirit, a spirit that values community, creativity, and authenticity. Whether it's musicians performing on street corners, weekend farmers markets overflowing with local produce, or bookstores like Powell's City of Books offering endless aisles of inspiration, Portland thrives on expression. It's a place where people live intentionally, not just existing but crafting a lifestyle that reflects who they are. As the evening sets, the city comes alive in a different way. Breweries glow warmly, food carts light up with laughter, and the skyline reflects in the river. Yeah, even in the heart of the city, the presence of Mount Hood remains in the distance, its snowy summit turning pink in the last light of day. It's a reminder that in Oregon, nature is never far away. It's always calling, always part of the story. Portland and Oregon's wonders are not just destinations, they are experiences. They invite you to slow down, to wander, to discover beauty in the small details as much as the grand landscapes. It's a place where the city feels like an extension of the forest, and the wilderness feels like home. Here, among waterfalls, mountains, coastlines, and streets alive with imagination, you realize something profound. Oregon doesn't just show you the wonders of the world, it teaches you how to live in wonder every day. Begin with Oregon's lush forests and rivers. Highlight Portland's quirky charm, food culture, and the beauty of Multnomah Falls, Mount Hood, and Columbia River Gorge. What if there was a city where the skyline kissed the mountains, where music changed the world, and where the aroma of coffee became part of its identity? This is Seattle, the Emerald City perched on the edge of Puget Sound, framed by snow-capped peaks and evergreen forests, a place that captures both the soul of the Pacific Northwest and the imagination of the world. As you arrive, the first thing that demands your attention is the Space Needle. Rising above the city, its futuristic design stands as a symbol of innovation and ambition, a relic of the 1962 World's Fair that still feels ahead of its time. From its observation deck, you see Seattle in all directions, the shimmering waters of Elliott Bay, ferries gliding like gentle giants, the Cascade Mountains to the east, and the mighty silhouette of Mount Rainier dominating the horizon. It is a view that reminds you that Seattle exists at the meeting point of civilization and wilderness. At ground level, the city hums with a different rhythm. Pike Place Market, one of Seattle's most beloved icons, is a carnival of sights and sounds. Fishmongers toss salmon through the air with theatrical flair. Stalls overflow with fresh produce and flowers, and the original Starbucks hums with visitors seeking their first sip of history. But the market is more than a tourist attraction. It's a heartbeat of local life, where artisans, musicians, and families weave together a story of community and connection. Seattle has always been a city of pioneers, people who dared to push boundaries. It's here that grunge music erupted in the 1990s, changing the sound of a generation. Bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Soundgarden gave voice to raw emotions and put Seattle at the center of a cultural revolution. That spirit of innovation also runs through its tech scene. Global giants like Microsoft and Amazon were born here, transforming the way the world works and shops. And yet, despite its global reach, Seattle maintains its authenticity. It never loses its roots in the forests and waters that surround it. Step outside the urban core, and nature calls almost immediately. To the west lies the Olympic Peninsula, where rainforests drip with moss and ancient trees stretch skyward in the mist. To the east, the Cascades beckon with rugged trails and alpine lakes. And to the south, Mount Rainier stands eternal, a volcano cloaked in glaciers, offering both awe and adventure. Seattle is one of those rare places where Within hours, you can be in a bustling city or completely immersed in wilderness. The water, too, defines Seattle. The Puget Sound laps gently against its shores, where ferries shuttle passengers to nearby islands like Bainbridge or Whidbey, each with their own slower, quieter charm. Kayakers paddle through calm bays, seaplanes buzz overhead, and on summer evenings, the sun sets late, turning the water into liquid gold. The connection between the city and the sea is constant, shaping its history, its culture, and its way of life. But Seattle isn't just about landmarks and landscapes, it's about the feeling it gives you. It's the scent of coffee drifting through neighborhoods, the sound of rain tapping gently on rooftops, the sight of people gathering in cozy cafes, laptops open, ideas flowing. It's the bookstores and record shops, the independent theaters, and the art galleries tucked into hidden corners. It's a city that values thought, creativity, and individuality. And then there's the weather, the famous Seattle rain. It's not the relentless storm some imagine, but rather a soft mist that adds character to the city. It paints the streets in reflections, nourishes the forests, and gives Seattle its lush, green soul. For locals, the rain isn't an inconvenience, it's part of the rhythm of life. And when the sun does break through, it feels like a celebration, a reminder of how beautiful the world can be when light and shadow dance together. At night, the city glows in a way that feels both modern and intimate. The skyline sparkles, ferries shine across the dark water, and the Space Needle lights up like a beacon of progress. Seattle has the heart of a small town but the mind of a global leader, a rare balance that makes it endlessly fascinating. Seattle is more than a destination. It's an experience of contrasts and harmony. A city where rain and sun, art and science, past and future all coexist. A place that doesn't just invite you to look at it, but to feel it, to breathe it, to let it seep into your spirit. And perhaps that's why, once you've been here, Seattle never leaves you. The image of Mount Rainier on the horizon, the sound of seagulls over the bay, the taste of fresh coffee on a rainy morning, all of it lingers, reminding you that you've touched a city that embodies the very essence of the Pacific Northwest spirit. Seattle is not just the Emerald City, it is a jewel of resilience, creativity, and wonder, shining forever against the backdrop of sea, sky, and mountain. Start with the neon glow of the Vegas Strip, contrasted with the raw silence of Red Rock Canyon and Death Valley. A story of extremes. Imagine stepping into a world where time seems to stretch back thousands of years, where giants tower silently overhead, and where every breath carries the fragrance of earth, pine, and ocean air. This is Northern California, a land where ancient redwood forests rise like living cathedrals and rolling hills spill into vineyards that produce some of the world's finest wines. Here, nature and culture weave together, creating a wonder unlike anywhere else on the West Coast. The redwoods are the guardians of this region, timeless beings that have stood for centuries, some for over 20 years. In Redwood National and State Parks, these colossal trees soar more than 350 feet into the sky, their trunks so wide that entire cars can drive through them. Walking among them is like entering a sacred space. Light filters gently through the canopy, illuminating moss-covered ground, and the forest feels alive with whispers of wind and the distant calls of birds. Every step echoes with history, as though the trees themselves have witnessed the unfolding of civilizations. The Avenue of the Giants in Humboldt County offers one of the most breathtaking drives in the world. As you wind through tunnels of redwoods, the scale is almost impossible to comprehend. You feel small, humbled, yet profoundly connected to something greater. For many visitors, the redwoods are not just trees. They are monuments of endurance, strength, and resilience. They remind us of nature's power to inspire awe and of our responsibility to protect it. But Northern California is more than towering forests. Venture south, and the land opens into rolling valleys blanketed with vineyards. This is wine country, home to Napa and Sonoma, names that resonate across the globe. Here, the rhythm of life slows down. Golden sunlight pours across endless rows of grapevines, wineries dot the hillsides, and the air carries notes of oak barrels and fresh harvests. Tasting wine here is not just about sipping, it's about experiencing the soul of the land. Each vineyard tells a story. Each glass captures the essence of soil, climate, and tradition. Napa Valley, with its world-class estates, Michelin-starred restaurants, and luxurious resorts, is the epitome of refinement. Meanwhile, Sonoma offers a more rustic charm, where family-owned wineries welcome you like old friends, and the countryside feels both intimate and expansive. Whether you're savoring a bold Cabernet under the warm California sun, or cycling through winding vineyard roads, wine country wraps you in a sense of tranquility and celebration. Nature continues to shape Northern California in dramatic ways. Just beyond the vineyards lies the rugged Pacific coast, where cliffs plunge into the ocean and waves crash endlessly against rocky shores. Towns like Mendocino, perched on coastal bluffs, offer some of the most picturesque views imaginable. With charming inns, windswept beaches, and wildflowers clinging to cliff sides, the coast feels untamed yet deeply soothing. It's a place to breathe deeply, to watch whales migrate offshore, and to listen to the eternal rhythm of the sea. Inland, the diversity is even more striking. The region boasts volcanic landscapes in Lassen Volcanic National Park, where boiling mud pots and steaming fumaroles remind us of Earth's fiery core. Rolling farmlands stretch across the Central Valley, producing fruits, vegetables, and nuts that feed millions. And beyond, Lake Tahoe sits high in the Sierra Nevada, its crystal-clear waters framed by snow-capped peaks, offering both summer serenity and winter adventure. Yet what makes Northern California truly magical is the way it blends natural beauty with cultural richness. Small towns exude character, with farmers markets, artisanal shops, and local festivals celebrating everything from grapes to garlic. San Francisco, just south of this region, acts as a cultural gateway, its Golden Gate Bridge opening the door to a land that values both innovation and tradition. Northern California invites you not just to see, but to feel. To stand among redwoods and sense the weight of centuries. To sip wine and taste the story of the land. To watch the Pacific crash against cliffs and feel the raw energy of the earth. It's a place where contrasts harmonize ancient and modern, wild and refined, rugged and elegant. And when the day fades, the region offers moments of pure wonder. Sunset over Napa's rolling hills bathes the vineyards in golden light. Fog drifts through the redwood forests, turning them into a dreamscape. Stars shine brilliantly over Lake Tahoe's clear skies, and along the coast, the sound of waves becomes nature's lullaby. Northern California is more than a destination. It is an experience of depth, texture, and timeless wonder. It is a reminder that the world still holds places that feel sacred, places that demand we slow down, look up, and remember how extraordinary life can be. In the silence of the redwoods, in the richness of the wine valleys, in the vastness of the Pacific, you find a piece of yourself, a part that longs for connection, beauty, and meaning. And that is why Northern California will always remain one of the most enchanting chapters of the West Coast story. Begin with sunrise over the canyon, where shadows and colors create a living painting. Explore its immensity, history, and awe. There is a city where fog rolls in like a living creature, wrapping itself around hills, bridges, and streets that climb toward the sky. A city where cultures, ideas, and dreams collide to create something entirely unique. That city is San Francisco, the Golden Gate to the Pacific, and one of the most iconic destinations on the west coast of the United States. San Francisco is a city of contrasts, both intimate and grand, modern and historic. At its heart lies the Golden Gate Bridge, a masterpiece of human engineering that has come to symbolize not only the city but the spirit of the West itself. Stretching across the mouth of the San Francisco Bay, its bright orange towers pierce the fog, creating an image so breathtaking it feels almost unreal. Whether viewed from the Marin headlands, from the waters below, or while walking across its wind-swept sidewalks, The Golden Gate Bridge is more than steel and cables. It is a gateway, a beacon, and a promise of adventure. But San Francisco is not a city that can be defined by one landmark. It is a tapestry of neighborhoods, each with its own rhythm, flavor, and soul. The rolling hills are lined with Victorian homes, painted in pastel colors and adorned with intricate details. These painted ladies, standing proudly against the backdrop of downtown skyscrapers, capture the city's historic charm, intertwined with modern ambition. Ride one of the city's iconic cable cars, and you'll discover the magic of its landscape. The streets rise and fall dramatically, offering sweeping views of the bay, the islands, and the skyline. Every turn reveals something unexpected: an ocean view, a mural splashed with vibrant color, or a cafe buzzing with life. In many ways, the cable cars aren't just transportation. They are moving time machines, carrying you into the heart of San Francisco's history. The city's diversity is one of its greatest treasures. In Chinatown, the oldest and largest outside of Asia, red lanterns hang above bustling streets filled with markets, temples, and restaurants serving centuries-old recipes. Just a few blocks away, North Beach radiates Italian heritage, with espresso bars, trattorias, and echoes of the beat poets who once roamed its streets. Across town, the Mission District explodes with murals that tell stories of struggle, triumph, and culture. While its taquerias serve flavors that have become part of San Francisco's identity, San Francisco is also a city of innovation. Just beyond its borders lies Silicon Valley, where technology reshapes the world daily. That spirit of creativity seeps into the city itself, from experimental art galleries to groundbreaking cuisine. Michelin-starred restaurants reinvent fine dining, while food trucks redefine street food. It is a place where tradition and reinvention coexist, pushing boundaries while honoring roots. Yet for all its urban vibrancy, San Francisco never lets you forget its connection to the natural world. The bay itself is alive with activity sailboats gliding across the water, ferries carrying passengers to Sausalito, and the island of Alcatraz standing like a mysterious fortress in the middle of it all. Once a prison for some of America's most notorious criminals, Alcatraz now tells stories of resilience and escape, its abandoned cells echoing with the past. Just beyond the city's streets lies Golden Gate Park, a sprawling green sanctuary filled with lakes, gardens, and trails. Here, the Japanese tea garden offers a serene escape, with winding paths, koi ponds, and pagodas that transport you to another world. At the park's edge, the Pacific Ocean roars endlessly against sandy shores, reminding you that San Francisco is as much about nature's grandeur as it is about human creativity. And then there is the fog, the city's most elusive and enchanting resident. Locals call it Carl, and it drifts across the bay with a personality all its own. Sometimes it rolls in quickly, swallowing the skyline in minutes. Other times it lingers gently, softening the edges of the city with a dreamlike haze. For visitors, it can be frustrating. For those who know the city, it is part of its soul. The fog is what makes San Francisco feel alive, mysterious, and endlessly captivating. San Francisco has always been a city of seekers, a place where gold prospectors, immigrants, artists, and dreamers arrived with hopes of building new lives. That energy still pulses through its streets today. It is a city of reinvention, where no one is defined by where they came from, but by the possibilities of where they are going. As the sun sets, the city transforms. The skyline glows with golden light. The Bay Bridge sparkles with thousands of twinkling lights, and the streets buzz with energy. From the lively nightlife of the Castro to the jazz bars of Fillmore, San Francisco at night is a symphony of sound, color, and motion. San Francisco is more than a destination. It is an experience of wonder and discovery. It is a place that challenges you, inspires you, and embraces you all at once. To stand at the edge of the Golden Gate, looking out over the Pacific, is to feel the pulse of the West Coast, the thrill of possibility, the weight of history, and the beauty of a city like no other. San Francisco isn't just a stop on a journey, it is a journey in itself. And once you've walked its streets, breathed its fog, and crossed its Golden Gate, a part of it will stay with you forever. Open with surfers riding golden waves. Explore San Diego's beaches, zoo, old town history, and vibrant laid-back lifestyle. There is a place where the sun sets behind palm trees and paints the sky in shades of gold, pink, and violet. A place where the line between reality and fantasy blurs, and dreams take shape on silver screens, in music studios, and on sunlit boulevards. This is Los Angeles, the city of dreams, where ambition fuels the air and the promise of possibility lingers in every corner. Los Angeles is unlike any other city in the world. It is vast, sprawling, and endlessly diverse, a metropolis of neighborhoods stitched together by highways and framed by mountains, desert, and sea. At its core lies Hollywood, the legendary heart of the entertainment industry. Here, the Walk of Fame glitters with the names of stars past and present, while the iconic Hollywood sign gazes proudly over the hills, a beacon for those who dare to chase their passions. To walk down Hollywood Boulevard is to walk among history, decades of cinema, music, and art that have defined global culture. But Los Angeles is more than its fame. It is a city of layers, where every neighborhood tells a different story. Downtown LA pulses with energy. A skyline of glass towers standing over revitalized streets filled with art galleries, music venues, and world-class dining. The Arts District bursts with murals and creativity, a canvas for visionaries who push boundaries. Meanwhile, the historic El Pueblo reminds visitors of the city's deep Mexican roots, where traditions are kept alive through food, festivals, and community. To the west, the ocean becomes the city's soul. Venice Beach is a carnival of energy street performers, skaters gliding across ramps, and artists selling their work along the boardwalk. Just beyond, Santa Monica offers a softer side of coastal life, where the pier's Ferris wheel lights up against the Pacific sunset and surfers ride the waves with effortless grace. These beaches remind you that Los Angeles is not only about ambition, it is about joy, play, and the simple beauty of the sea. The diversity of Los Angeles is one of its greatest treasures. It is a city where cultures from across the globe coexist and shape one another. Koreatown hums with sizzling barbecue grills and karaoke bars alive until dawn. Little Tokyo preserves centuries-old traditions with temples, gardens, and authentic cuisine. In East LA, vibrant murals and mariachi music celebrate Mexican-American heritage, while the city's countless other enclaves, from Armenian bakeries to Ethiopian cafes, remind you that LA is a mosaic of the world. This cultural richness is reflected in the city's food scene, one of the most dynamic in the world, where a Michelin-starred restaurant can sit next to a taco truck, serving flavors just as unforgettable. Art and creativity pulse through Los Angeles beyond the boundaries of Hollywood. The Getty Center, perched on a hilltop, offers sweeping views of the city alongside masterpieces of art. The Broad Museum dazzles with contemporary works, while the Walt Disney Concert Hall, with its bold, futuristic design, fills the air with symphonies that resonate far beyond its walls. Creativity here takes infinite forms, spilling into fashion, architecture, and technology, making LA a hub not only for entertainment but for innovation. Yet, for all its urban brilliance, Los Angeles is also a city of nature. Just minutes from the city's hustle, Griffith Park spreads out like a wilderness oasis. Hike up its dusty trails, and you'll reach Griffith Observatory, where the city unfurls below in a sea of lights, and the Hollywood sign sits proudly nearby. From here, Los Angeles looks endless, a glowing constellation of human ambition stretching to the horizon. And for those who venture further, the Santa Monica Mountains, Malibu Canyons, and Angeles National Forest reveal that even in this bustling metropolis, silence and serenity are never far away. Los Angeles is also a city of contradictions. For every glittering award ceremony, there are untold stories of struggle. For every dream realized, there are countless others in the making. Yet it is precisely this mix of success and striving that gives Los Angeles its electricity. It is not a city that promises certainty, it is a city that dares you to dream, to risk, and to chase the impossible. When night falls, Los Angeles transforms. Neon lights flicker across Sunset Boulevard. Rooftop bars buzz with laughter, and the sounds of music spill out of clubs in Silver Lake and West Hollywood. Downtown skyscrapers glow like futuristic beacons, and freeways stream with endless lines of headlights, like rivers of light flowing through the city. It is beautiful, chaotic, alive, a city that never truly sleeps because dreams never stop being born here. Los Angeles is more than a place, it is an idea. It is the belief that imagination can shape reality, that creativity can change the world, and that no dream is too bold to chase. For some, it is a stage to shine. For others, it is a canvas to paint their vision of life. And for all who visit, it is a reminder of the power of hope, ambition, and possibility. As the Pacific waves crash against the shore and the stars rise above the Hollywood hills, Los Angeles whispers its eternal promise. Here, anything is possible. This is the city of dreams, dazzling, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Begin with waves crashing on volcanic shores. Explore Oahu, Maui, Big Island, Kauai volcanoes, rainforests, culture, and aloha spirit. There are places in the world that feel less like destinations and more like living dreams. The Hawaiian Islands are such a place. Floating in the heart of the Pacific Ocean, they are jewels of fire and water, born from volcanic eruptions yet softened by emerald valleys, cascading waterfalls, and golden beaches. Hawaii is more than paradise. It is a world where nature, culture, and spirit blend into something timeless, unforgettable, and deeply alive. The journey begins on Oahu, the gathering place. Here, the rhythm of city life and the calm of island beauty coexist in perfect harmony. Honolulu pulses with energy, its skyline framed by the extinct volcanic cone of Diamond Head, its beaches alive with surfers riding rolling waves. Waikiki's the beating heart of this island, a strip where the ocean sparkles, the music of ukuleles drifts through the air, and the aloha spirit greets every visitor with warmth. Yet just beyond the bustle, Oahu offers quieter treasures, hidden coves, sacred heiau temples, and the haunting memorials of Pearl Harbor, where history is remembered with reverence. Then there is Maui, often called the Valley Isle, a place of breathtaking contrasts. The road to Hana is one of the most beautiful drives in the world, winding through lush rainforests, past waterfalls tumbling into hidden pools, and along cliffs that drop dramatically into the sea. Haleakala, the island's massive dormant volcano, rises into the sky, its summit often above the clouds. To watch the sunrise here is to watch creation itself, a sky of fire, slowly giving birth to a new day, painting the world in colors beyond imagination. Maui is both wild and serene, adventurous and healing, a place where time slows and the spirit soars. On the Big Island of Hawaii, nature reveals its rawest power. This is a land still being formed, where volcanoes shape the earth before your eyes. At Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, rivers of molten lava once flowed into the sea, expanding the island inch by inch. The jagged black landscapes of hardened lava rock are a reminder that this island is alive, breathing, and evolving. Yet alongside this raw power, the Big Island offers deep tranquility, lush valleys carved by waterfalls, black sand beaches kissed by turquoise waves, and the chance to gaze into the clearest night skies you will ever see. Standing beneath a blanket of stars atop Mauna Kea, it feels as though you are standing closer to the universe itself. Kauai, the Garden Isle, is a vision of unspoiled beauty. Here, emerald cliffs rise straight out of the ocean along the Na Pali coast, one of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. Waterfalls cascade from hidden heights, and rivers wind through canyons carved by time. The Waimea Canyon, often called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, stretches in vibrant layers of red, green, and gold, telling the story of the island's geological past. Kauai is quieter than its sister islands, offering a slower, more intimate experience kayaking through rivers, hiking jungle trails, and standing in awe before scenery that feels untouched by time. Beyond their natural beauty, the Hawaiian Islands are alive with culture and tradition. The aloha spirit is not just a greeting, it is a way of life, a philosophy rooted in respect, love, and connection. Hula dances tell stories passed down through generations, chants echo the wisdom of ancestors, and lace woven with fragrant flowers carry with them the essence of welcome and belonging. To experience Hawaii is not only to see its landscapes, but to feel its soul, carried in the traditions that have endured through centuries. The islands also embody harmony between people and nature. Ancient Hawaiians understood the importance of living in balance with the land and the sea, a lesson that resonates even more powerfully today. From taro fields to fish ponds, their practices remind us that sustainability and respect for the earth are not just ideals but necessities. As the sun sets across the Hawaiian Islands, the world transforms into a scene of pure wonder. The horizon glows in fiery orange, the ocean reflects it like a mirror, and the gentle breeze carries with it the fragrance of plumeria blossoms. The sounds of waves mix with the soft strumming of ukuleles, and the night sky awakens with stars so bright they seem to sing. The Hawaiian Islands are more than just a tropical getaway. They are a living story of creation, resilience, and beauty. They are a reminder that paradise is not only about what you see, but about what you feel. The warmth of the sun, the rhythm of the waves, the kindness of the people, and the deep connection to nature that surrounds you at every moment. Hawaii is the crown jewel of the Pacific, a place where time slows, where dreams find a home, and where the soul is forever touched by the magic of the islands. And once you set foot on its shores, the spirit of aloha stays with you, no matter where your journey leads. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels and see you in the next video.